As far as Sydney is concerned, Kenny Callender, I hope you've got the wet track runners sorted out.
Yes, Bear, I certainly have got the wet trackers picked out for today. It's a bit of a miserable day here in Sydney. The track is slow, and I just hope that our horses aren't slow. We're doing all the quality races from Sydney and Melbourne today. Here in Sydney, we're starting off with Race 3, the T-Rose Stakes for fillies. We're also doing the Hill Stakes. And down at Caulfield, we're doing the John F. Thean Stakes and the Classic Fillies race, the Moonee Valley Champagne Stakes. In the two Sydney races, I like Shame. She loves the wet bear. I think she'll win TAB number 2. And in the Hill Stakes, I'm backing Flying Spur to redeem himself from last week. I just think the conditions are a few horses are ruled out, and on breeding, he should handle it. Down in Melbourne, I like number 2, Island Morn in the Thean Stakes. And in the Classic, I like the Sydney Sider, number 1, Mill Rich. She'll win. Good luck, good punting. Thank you, Bear.
Good on you, KC. Thank you. Now, for all you spring chickens...
Actually, the horses are parading behind the barrier. As a matter of fact, they're just starting to go in. Only a small field. Ginzano is showing at $10, out to 11. And as I speak, Shame has come in from $2 to $1.80. So that's 5 to 4 on now. Bookies are a little bit more generous. Ponto Lass at $7. Number 4, Seattle Gem at $8.50. Nightclub is out to $6, $6.10. Tripping is showing at $21. Kirov Dancer, Bart Cummings' horse, out to $15. And Zabil, the roughie of the field, at 50 to 1. Okay, there they are behind the barrier. There's TAB number 4, Seattle Gem, who caused a surprise. She's a Kiwi. She caused a surprise when she won at Randwick last start. I doubt she can do it again, but I suppose winning form's good form. Kirov Dancer goes in. We just wait for Seattle Gem. And, of course, we're ready to pick up the best caller in the country. Here he is, John Tapp.
T-Rose, winner of the 1944 AJC Derby against the Colts, and then we had to wait a long time before there was another filly to win the Derby. 1980, I think, Rose of Kingston was the next. Gates open, off and running in the T-Rose. Nice start, came out in a good line, and Seattle Gem bounced out in front of Ginzano. Pontal Lass straight into the box seat. Nightclub is prominent, caught out a bit deep early, followed by Tripping, Shame. Kirov Dancer travelling 3 and 4 wide in the early stages, and out the back is Zabil Star. 1200 out, Seattle Gem sped to a 3 lengths lead over Ginzano. Pontal Lass and Nightclub, and whipping around the outside, Kirov Dancer, Larry Olsen making a quick move up into second spot. A little more than 2 to Shame on the outside of Tripping, and 2 lengths away last Zabil Star as they come to the first turn. 900 out, Seattle Gem led. The pace is true by a bit more than 2 to Kirov Dancer. A length and a quarter in third spot, Ginzano, and a half to Nightclub. 2 to Pontal Lass, followed by Shame, who's being ridden along there by Cooksley. Tripping is second last, and Zabil Star last as they come to the 600 mark. Seattle Gem the leader over Kirov Dancer. Ginzano third, Nightclub fourth on the outside, then Pontal Lass right behind those. Shame, who's being niggled hard as they come around the turn. Zabil Star carted deep, and Tripping is last as they straighten in the T-Rose. 400 metres out, Seattle Gem the leader is clear by more than a length to Kirov Dancer. Pontal Lass switching back towards the inside, hampered Ginzano. Coming right down the middle of the track is Zabil Star from absolute last, and Nightclub is running on well. Zabil Star hit the lead over Pontal Lass, and Nightclub in between them. Zabil Star just the leader. Pontal Lass driving. She's going best. Pontal Lass hard to the line. Pontal Lass, and got up to beat Zabil Star. Nightclub third, Tripping fourth, followed by Shame, and then Seattle Gem and Kirov Dancer, and well back is Ginzano, who met with a nasty check in the home straight.
Well, Shame got a bad check from Zabil Star at the top of the straight, but I doubt it made any difference. She wasn't good enough. And as we pick them up here, Zabil Star, the 50 to 1 chance out deep, looked like winning, but Pontal Lass, under hard riding from Aaron Kennedy, got going better in the last 100 metres, and she goes away to win from Zabil Star. That's the stablemate of the winner, Nightclub, in third place, Tripping in fourth, and then back in fifth place, the favourite, Shame. The winner, number 3, Pontal Lass, if you backed her, $6.90 and $1.80, $1.80 I should say. Number 8 was second, will pay $6.30 the place, and number 5, Nightclub, third, will pay $1.60. That was the story of the T-Rose Stakes. We'll be back shortly with more on the wide world of sports.
The starter will soon be sending them on their way in race 5 out at Caulfield. Here he is, Kenny Callender. Kenny.
Yeah, thanks, Max. I can see them on the other monitor. They're behind the barrier, so I've got time to go down and give you a tote update. Remember, these are Victorian tab prices. State Taj has come in a little now. Odds of 7 to 1 or an $8 return for $1 investment. Island Morn solid 4 to 1. $5 return. Station Hand, the stablemate, at 5 to 1 or $6. Pearl Prince is a roughie, 33 to 1. Toil is another roughie, 20 to 1. Hurricane Sky, 2 to 1 last time we were on air, is now 5 to 2 or $3.50 for $1 investment. Sharsky at $17 is firm just a little. He's a good roughie, I think. Count Chavas at $13. Sir Boom at 26. Snap, she's been back, the New Zealand mare, $6 into $5.50. Odds of 9 to 2. And Boart is at $21. At 1,600 metres around Caulfield. They're behind the barrier, as you can see. They're all going in. I think 1 or 2 more still to come in, and they'll be ready for action in the JF Fian Stakes of 1995. Okay, there's the favourite, Hurricane Sky, going forward. TAB number 6 in those bright lime colours. And there behind them is the number 2 in the blue, red and white was Island Morn, the horse that I selected. Over behind him looks like Station Hand in the blue and white stripes. He's a stablemate of Island Morn. And there going forward was Snap, the New Zealand mare, in the blue and white diagonal stripes. So horizontal stripes, I should say. She's just, the jockey looks to have lost his skull cap a little bit there. But anyway, they look as though they're nearly all in. I think the man who's closer to the action than me is John Russell. Here he is.
Station Hand to move up. And thank you, Rod. And Station Hand will complete the line, just moving forward. Race over 1,600 metres. Interesting runners here are Count Chivas and Snap from New Zealand. Lights on. Off to a good start with State Taj, the first to jump into stride with Sir Boom. Hurricane Sky got away well. Snapper's going fast early, and so is Island Morn as they race up the hill. And they were being followed a bit further back in the field there by Toil, is over on the inside. Going around them is Pearl Prince, a length for Station Hand, Sharsky and Bow out and tailing out to last now. Dropping out there is Count Chivas racing up the hill. And Island Morn at the 1,200 went to the lead by a length in advance of Snap, a half length to Pearl Prince. A length further back is State Taj, followed by Sir Boomer. 2 lengths away on the rails, Hurricane Sky, half a length to Toil, a length Station Hand, a length and a half Sharsky, 2 lengths then to Boart, who's next to last, and Count Chivas last of all would be about 10 lengths off the leader as they race onto the railway side. 900 metres left to go. Island Morn the pilot by a length to Snap, who's in close touch, a length away State Taj on the inside of Pearl Prince, followed by Hurricane Sky, and going fast out wide as Toil. Station Hand on the inside making ground, followed closely by Sharsky, Boat and Count Chivas. They're coming up past the 600 metre marker, and Island Morn a half length to Snap, a length further back up on the outside came Pearl Prince, followed by Toil. State Taj looking for a run behind them. Station Hand, Hurricane Sky is next, and right around them Boart is coming home well, and they're followed by Sharsky and wide Count Chivas, and last of all as they straighten up is Sir Boom. Homeward bound now, 300 metres left to go. Island Morn still travelling well by a length to Snap, who's under the whip. Coming down the outside, Station Hand, followed by Toil, and Boart wide on the track is finishing strongly. Island Morn is still the leader, but Boart is wearing it down over on the outside, and Count Chivas is flowing home, and Toil is there. Anybody's race close to home, and Sharsky burst through along the inside. Sharsky or Boat in a photo. Sharsky and Boat in a photo ahead of Island Morn. Close up Count Chivas, Toil, and then came further back Snapper, and they were followed next home by Station Hand and State Taj. Further back Hurricane Sky, followed by Pearl Prince, and last Sir Boom.
Okay, what a finish, what a finish. Well, Island Morn looked home. Now watch Mick Dittman pushing through on Sharsky. You'll see his whip go up in the air in a minute. He loses his whip, and Boart flashes down the outside. Now watching the white cap and the pink, up goes the whip. Mick loses the whip, but I think Sharsky still does enough. Although, boy, oh boy, Boart is diving. Oh, I think we'll leave that one to the judge between number 11, Boart, out deep. David Taggart, and, well, if he's lost his whip, he is unlucky. Mick Dittman on Sharsky, TAB number 7. We'll leave that one to the judge. We'll flash the result down the line as soon as it becomes available. In the meantime, a break and then more on the wide world of sports.
You're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable.
And the winner was Beau Art. 11, 7 and 8 the numbers. Beau Art, $25 even and $5.20. Shaskay second, $4.90, and Count Chivas third, $3.70. Now, Finland's Juha Kankinen is setting the pace.
Yes, thanks very much, Kenny. There's one or two already gone in. I noticed Stony Bay's gone in for the Hill Stakes, so I've just got time to rush through the prices. Oppresso in a very, very tight market is at $5.50. Silk Ali at $21. Stony Bay, with the track not as wet as everyone feared it might be, has come back into $4 or 3 to 1. He's favoured on the tote. $11 fewer chosen. Out to $21 now, Cedo Flowerian. Joy Denise at $5.50. Flying Spur, I've got my money on him at $4.80. And Classy Fella at $5.50. Well, I notice Oppresso going in now, followed up by Joy Denise. With just 2 or 3 to go in, I think we'll cross to Johnny Tapp. Here he is.
The AWA Hill Stakes at Rose Hill with a light drizzle falling. Track dead to start with and hasn't deteriorated to any great extent because the rain has been inconsequential really since racing commenced at about 12:30. There seems to be a uniformity across the width of the track. Horses are winning close to the fence and they're winning wider out. But they're not coming from too far back to win. It appears that most of the winners have raced in a prominent position. Now, fewer chosen goes up into line. And Silk Ali the last. All set. Starter on his stand, has the button ready for the AWA Hill Stakes, and they're off now and jumped away in a nice even line. Stony Bay from the inside gate is first out and led them over the crossing from Oppressor. Few Are Chosen, bustled by Cooksley, is going up quickly into second place in the run to the first corner. Stony Bay on the inside, heard him coming though, and he stretched out the neck and he wants to run, Stony. Led by nearly a length to Few Are Chosen as they swing into the back straight, a bit more than a length now. Running third, Flying Spur on the inside of Oppressor with Silk Ali trapped 3 deep. A little more than a length to Classy Fella on the inside of Joie Denise, and back at the tail is Ceto Flowerian as they head into the back straight in the Hill Stakes. 1,300 metres out, Stony Bay led his stablemate Few Are Chosen. Flying Spur third. In fourth spot, Oppressor between horses. Silk Ali is obliged to travel 3 deep. A length and a half to Classy Fella on the inside of Joie Denise, and 2 to Ceto Flowerian, who whips them in as they go up to the top turn at the 1,100 mark. Stony Bay led at a good gallop. Few Are Chosen second. Flying Spur third. He's raced a little bit hard in the early part. Silk Ali 3 deep, and Oppressor between them getting a cushy run, followed by Classy Fella a half length away. Joie Denise, and 2 to Ceto Flowerian as they leave the 800 behind them. Stony Bay in front. Few Are Chosen under heavy pressure. Silk Ali about to go up 3 deep. Flying Spur on the fence, followed closely by Oppressor, and then Classy Fella tucked away on the inside of Joie Denise with Ceto Flowerian last as they come to the corner. Stony Bay's in full flight on the turn, straightened up nicely clear of Few Are Chosen, flat to the boards, followed by Flying Spur. There's a rails run coming for Classy Fella as they turn for home, where Stony Bay, about 4 off the fence, is well clear. Flying Spur in second place, followed by Classy Fella. Stony Bay going strongly at the 200 mark, is about 2.5 in front of Flying Spur. The mare, Joie Denise, is getting home well down the outside, but Stony Bay is going to run them right off their feet in the Hill Stakes, and he leads all the way to win easily over Flying Spur and Joie Denise. Fourth, Oppressor, followed by Ceto Flowerian. Few Are Chosen. Classy Fella made a quick dash near the fence and then wilted right out of the race, and Silk Ali is last of all.
Well, the wet track made no difference to Stony Bay today. Not as bad as expected, and he's paid $3.80 the win and $1.40 the place. That's Flying Spur in the red cap under hard riding. Wasn't good enough. He'll pay $1.90 for second, and down the outside comes Joy Denise to just cut Oppressor out of third place, and Joy Denise, TAB number 6, will pay $2 exactly for the place in the Hill Stakes of 1995. A break coming up, and then more sport, including racing from Caulfield on the wide world of sports.
At 3, 7 and 6. Stony Bay $3.80 and $1.40. Flying Spur $1.90. Joie Denise $2 even. Now let's see what's happening.
I don't think I'll be able to handle one of those things at all, but let's hope I can handle the tip And my tip is TAB number 1 Milrich, showing at 380, or as I speak, just in a touch to 370. She's second favourite. She's the Sydney filly taking on the Melbourne girls. Tennessee Magic just in a little bit more now to about $16, which is still pretty good, comparable to the bookmakers' prices. $9 for another Sydney filly Seeker. Mia More at $31. Street Talk shows a lot of speed, but you'll find a quality field here. She's at $8 to 1 or $9. Talk with Her Eyes at $20 to 1 or $21. Priscina is a $9 return. Sweet Delight, the roughie of the field, at $67. And the hot favourite is Bracken Bank from the David Hall stable, to be ridden by Greg Hall, the David Hayes stable, I should say, to be ridden by Greg Hall at $2.50. And I'm even wrong there because of David has gone to Hong Kong, and Peter Hayes is in charge of the Lindsay Park setup now. I think Milrich will possibly be ridden just off the pace with Street Talk in the race. That's Milrich in the yellow and blue and red that just went past. Coming up there is Sweet Delight, and the other one in the picture was Seeker. But that's Milrich in the background there in the yellow cap, and she's got a lot of speed. Patrick Payne riding her for the first time today, and I think he'll suit Milrich. Going forward there is Talk with Her Eyes, a ride for Peter Nucky, and there's a couple more still to come up. There's Tennessee Magic going in from the Angus Armanasco stable. Michael Barlow, the rider on her, and there is Seeker just waiting to come forward. And if you're looking for Bracken Bank, she races in the Sangster colours of, there she is now. So green with blue sleeves, white cap with green spots. She's gone in, the hot favourite Bracken Bank, waiting for Seeker to join them. She's last in. They're all there. Time for us to go to our caller, John Russell.
Of course, and Mia Moore well down the track. And we welcome Wide World of Sports taking the second leg of the double here in Melbourne as we wait for Mia Moore to move up. Mia Moore is the only one out of line. Well down the track, Mia Moore. Priscina, the inside runner. Seika to come up. In fact, it's moved in Seika. Milrich. And they're coming up well, with the exception of Mia Moore. In fact, they've moved in, and Mia Moore's the only one out. Moe race on Tuesday here in Victoria. On Monday, I should say. Hello, there's Tennessee Magic through the gates. She's gone down the track about 200 metres. So it's Moe on Monday. The Hans Longbrew Seymour Cup is the highlight of racing at Seymour on Tuesday. It'll be a great day. Many attractions there at Seymour on Tuesday for Cup Day. Wednesday, Sandown. Thursday, Geelong. And the Vic Health Cup here. Always a big meeting with the Underwood Stakes next Saturday here at this track at Caulfield. Now, Tennessee Magic quickly gathered in by the clerk of the course. So she'll come back. $3.20 for Milrich. $8.10 number 3 Seika. $9.80 number 5 is Street Talk. And $2.50 the favourite Bracken Bank. And beaten in 2 starts by Sir Tristram. And now Priscina standing in well. Good run last time out. Priscina, a Queensland filly. That was at Sandown, where she rattled home to run third behind Bracken Bank. Talk with Her Eyes, standing up well. Trained in Western Australia, or comes from Western Australia. WA winning the big race on the card today with Beau Art. So they've won 2 very important races. Horses from Western Australia over the last 3 weeks. The Sky Channel Memsey Stakes with Island Morn. And today, the John F. Feehan Stakes with the good mare Beau Art. Tennessee Magic back around the back of the stalls again. And now waiting for Tennessee Magic, the clerk of the course with her. And she's about to be brought up. Priscina the inside, Sweet Delight. Tennessee Magic going in. Street Talk is ready. They're set to go. A field of 9. There's the light. They're racing. Bracken Bank first to jump towards the outside with Seika getting out very quickly and showing speed also. Milrich has quickly taken the lead on settling into stride, coming up past the 1,000, and Milrich showed the way by length to Street Talk and Tennessee Magic. Close up behind them, Priscina and Bracken Bank. A length and a half Talk with Her Eyes, who's over on the inside of Seika, being followed by Mia Moore, and Sweet Delight is last of all. 700 metres out, Milrich travelling sweetly in the leader, led by a length and a half. Street Talk moving up on the outside, Bracken Bank, and just behind them is Tennessee Magic. A length further further back, Priscina going up along the inside, 3 deep to Saker. About 4 lengths further back in the field, Talk with a Rise, and they were followed next then by Sweet Delight and Mia Moore. Rounding the home turner, Millrich being tackled for the lead by Street Talk, a length to Brackenbanker. Priscina in behind them on the rails, then Saker followed by Tennessee Magic as they swing for Homer. Millrich the leader, being tackled in earnest now by Street Talk, and coming down the outside, Brackenbanker. Street Talk has taken the lead, Brackenbank finishing solidly down the outside. Millrich is now under pressure, but she's fighting back. Street Talk tackled by Brackenbank in the final stages. Saker starting to flash home, but Brackenbank hit the front close to home, and she's set for the treble, Brackenbank. Brackenbank too good, won by over a length to Saker. Street Talk is third, followed by Sweet Delight, who came home well, then Priscina. Millrich weakened, followed by Mia Moore, Talk with a Rise, and a bad last is Tennessee Magic.
$2.60 and $1.30. Saker $2 even. Street Talk $2.50. Now the latest in that AFL semi-final between Essendon and Richmond. Half-time